Bonjour tout le monde. Today we are going to talk about les pronoms relatifs, qui et que. We talked about these a little bit in one of our mini lessons because some of you were trying to use them to say that. So this is the official rules for qui and que. So you can use qui and que to combine two shorter sentences or clauses into a longer, more complex sentence. Think of this as kind of your next step in leveling up your sentences. So you can have two short little sentences like Donnez-moi le livre and le livre est sur la table. Give me the book is on the table, but you can combine those using qui, Donnez-moi le livre qui est sur la table. Give me the book that is on the table. Another example, j'adore le poule, tu m'as donné le poule. I love the sweater, you gave me the sweater. J'adore le poule que tu m'as donné. I love the sweater that you gave me. So rather than having a bunch of short little French one sentences, you can combine those using qui and que to make longer, more complex, more interesting sentences. So the difference between the two, they both can translate as that or who, but it's important not to focus on the translation, what it means in English, but kind of how it's functioning. So qui will always be the subject of the clause that it introduces and will always be followed by a conjugated verb. So you can see here, la fille qui joue au basket, the girl who plays basketball. Il va me donner le cadeau qui est sur la table. He's going to give me the present that is on the table. So you've got qui followed by a conjugated verb for both of those. La prof qui donne beaucoup de devoirs s'appelle Madame Folger, the teacher who gives. And je n'aime pas passer les examens qui sont difficiles. I don't like to take tests that are difficult. So you can see all of these. Some of them translate as that, some of them translate as who, but they are all followed by a conjugated verb because they are replacing the subject of that second clause. And that verb will always be conjugated to agree with the noun that the qui is referring back to. So like for in this last example here, what's difficult? The tests are difficult. So that has to be plural because les examens is plural. So you're going to conjugate that verb like whatever noun that qui is referring to. Que is the same kind of idea, except instead of the subject of the sentence or of the clause it introduces, it's functioning as the object. So it will be followed by a subject and a conjugated verb. So sentence placement and all of that is the same. The only difference is this will have a subject and a conjugated verb after it, whereas the other one, qui, will just have a verb. So la fille que tu connais est ma sœur. The girl that you know is my sister, or the girl who you know. Le cadeau qu'il va me donner est très grand. The gift that he is going to give me is big. Les devoirs que Madame Folger nous donne sont très difficiles. The homework that Madame Folger gives us are difficult. And je n'aime pas trop la robe que Marie-Claire portait aujourd'hui. I didn't really like the dress that she was wearing today. So you can see for all of these qu'es, you've got a subject and a conjugated verb after it. Because if you were to deconstruct these sentences, it would be, you know the girl is my sister. So you're using that que to combine those. And again, that qui and that que will almost always refer back to that noun that's right before it. So que here is talking about the girl. Que here is talking about le cadeau. And you'll notice if que is followed by a vowel, then you drop the e and do an apostrophe. You will never, ever drop the I off of qui, even if there is another verb after it. So that is the summary of what the difference between qui and que is. So here's a few examples. Look at it, decide if there is a verb after it. Is it functioning as the subject? Or is there a subject and a verb after it and it's functioning as an object? So if it's followed by a verb, just a verb, you'll use qui. If it's followed by a subject and a verb, you'll use que. So try these, pause the video, try to figure out what you think these are, and then check your answers on the next slide. And here are your answers. So double check, see if you can figure out if you got it wrong, see if you can figure out where you made your mistake. If not, we'll take questions tomorrow when we go over these sample ones. So reach out if you've got any questions and have a great day.